Namaskara. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my class. We are in a continued lesson of chapter 5 Understanding Elementary Shapes. This is your second session out of 4. In the last class we have learnt line segment and some basic shapes. Do you remember what assignment given to you? I hope you all have completed that assignment. Let us take a quick review of this assignment. First one is done with a postcard. For this, postcard has a standard size of 14 centimeter length and 9 centimeter breadth. So, you all must have got 14 by 9 centimeter. Isn't it? Second one is to measure all sides of instrument box using a divider and a ruler. Did you find the answer? Here I can't give you the answer for this one because you should measure your instrument box using a divider and a ruler method. Okay. Third one is to count how many triangles are there in this picture. Let us count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us count this triangle as 7 and one more triangle as 8. So, in total we have 8 triangles. Is it clear, children? In this session you are going to learn directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise directions, angles and different types of angles. In that you will learn complete angle, right angle and straight angles. Children, you have already aware of directions from your lower classes and from your social science classes, isn't it? Here I am taking help of world map to find directions so that it can help in mathematics to understand clockwise and anti-clockwise directions of movements. Here on the screen you are seeing a world map. Now you tell me which is north side in this map? Yes, correct. That is top of the map or head side of the map. So, these countries are called northern countries. Then, where is south side comes in this map? Yes, what you are thinking is right. South side comes in the foot of the map. So, these are all called southern countries. Like the same, we have to identify east and west also. When you are facing towards map, your right hand side represents east. So, these are all called eastern countries. Similarly, your left hand side represents west. So, these are all called western countries. Like this, you can identify directions on any map. Suppose, if you are at open space in the field, then how will you find the direction? Yes, correct. You will find directions with the help of sun's position, isn't it? Because you know already very well that sun rises in the east and sets in the west. When you are facing towards rising sun direction, that means east, your left hand side is north and your right hand side will be south. We know the directions now. I hope I have cleared your doubts regarding directions. This minimum knowledge is very important in your life because people are always confusing to find directions in their daily life. Here is a beautiful picture of Earth taken from space. Now I will add an astronaut to this. He is revolving around the planet Earth. Now you observe the movement of astronaut. Now tell me, what is his position? Yes, correct. He is in east now. Let him revolve around the earth. Now he reaches south. He moves slowly and reaches west. Then he reached north and finally came back to original position. This is called one revolution. So like this, all our satellites are revolving around the planet Earth and all our planets in solar system are revolving around sun. Now we have understood the meaning of revolution. So revolution means going round around any object. What do you say if he start his round from east to south, west, north and to east again, or if he starts his rounds from east via north, west, south and again to east. Is there any difference? Yes, certainly there is a big difference in that. That we will understand in the next slide. Here you are seeing two simple clocks on the screen. You might have seen different types of clocks, but here I have taken a very simple clock so that you can understand the movement of hour hand and minute hand very clearly. Here you have to observe the movement of hour hand and minute hand with respect to directions that we have learnt in the last slide just before. Now I will activate first clock. You observe the movement of needles here. Yes. So here the needles starts their movement from east, south, west, north and again to east, isn't it? And continues in the same direction. This is usual in clocks. That's why we say it as clockwise movement. It's quite common in our daily life. We do all the works like clockwise only, isn't it? For example, in temple, we go around the god in clockwise rotation only. We call in Kannada as pradakshine. In English, we say it as clockwise movement. Now, I will activate the second clock. You observe the movement of the needles. Here, the needles are running just opposite to the clockwise movement, isn't it? The movement of needles starts from east, north, west, south, again to east and continues in the same direction, just opposite to the clockwise direction. So, we call it as anti-clockwise movement. Understood, children? Now, we will verify the same with some more examples. This shows our planet Earth and its natural satellite Moon. Now, you observe and identify how is the moon revolves around the earth. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise motion? Remember the clock movement and think. Yes, it is clockwise motion. Children, see all of you. This is very spectacular and very interesting to watch. You have studied solar system in your science classes, isn't it? Then tell me, how many planets are there in our solar system? Yes, correct. 8 planets are there in our solar system. Now tell me, do all the planets revolve in clockwise direction? No, certainly not. Some revolve in clockwise direction and some revolve in anti-clockwise direction also. Here I have taken 2 planets, Mercury and Venus. Mercury is the nearer planet to Sun and Venus is the brightest planet in our solar system, isn't it? Now you have to observe the movement of Mercury around the Sun. See, it's revolving around Sun. Observe the movement and tell me, is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Yes, correct. It is clockwise. Now you observe the movement of Venus. Is it revolving clockwise or anti-clockwise? Yes, it is revolving anti-clockwise only. So, now we have understood clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation very clearly. Till this, we have learnt directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise movements. With the help of this knowledge, we will understand formation of right angle. So, on the screen, you are seeing 2 imaginary lines are drawn between north-south and east-west. These 2 are intersecting at the center and both are perpendicular to each other, isn't it? If you start your journey from north to east, then you are turning through a right angle in clockwise movement. So, the angle formed between these 2 is called a right angle. Again, if you start your journey from east to south, then again you have crossed one more right angle. Then once again, if you cross one more right angle, you will reach west, isn't it? If you do the same movement again, you will reach north with one right angle. So, you have jumped across all directions with 4 right angles. Understood, children? Now, assume that you are standing and facing towards north direction. Now you are turning through a right angle in clockwise direction. Then which direction you will reach? Yes, you will reach east direction. So the angle formed between these two is called a right angle. If you again make a move in clockwise direction with one more right angle, then what may be the direction you reach? Yes, it must be south. Here I am always stressing right angle in clockwise direction because this will help you in solving some problems in future examinations. Suppose if he turns two right angles at once, then what will happen? That we will see in the next slide. Now let us assume a boy. He is standing in the direction of north. Now he is moving clockwise and turning through two right angles at once. Then what happens? He has reached south, which is opposite to north direction, as well as these two are on the same straight line. So the angle formed between these two on the same straight line is called a straight angle. This time let him move one more straight angle in clockwise direction. Then see, he came back to north itself. Thus we can say that two right angles is equal to one straight angle. Is it clear, children? In this slide you will be surprised. Here the boy is moving in clockwise direction without stopping in between and came back to original position. Isn't it? Thus we can say that he has turned through four right angles at once continuously, or we can say that he has turned through two straight angles continuously. So the angle formed around is called a complete angle. It is almost a circle which is equal to 360 degree. I hope you all have understood all the three angles. Use your brain now. Here I have a question for you to verify how much you have learnt regarding straight angle, right angle and complete angle. Please listen carefully and understand the question. A bird is flying from west to east and then turns right angle and moved forward for a couple of minutes. After that, again it takes a turn to right angle and moved further. Then few minutes later, again it takes a right angle and moving forward. Now, what would be your answers for these questions? First one is which direction the bird is headed to, and second one, how many right angles it has taken while flying. Now we will solve this problem with diagrammatic presentation so that you can understand better with live situation. A bird is flying from west to east and then turns right angle. Then few minutes later again it takes a right angle and moved forward for a couple of minutes. After that it takes a turn to right angle and moved further, isn't it? So now tell me how many right angles it has taken? Yes, it has taken 3 right angles and it is headed to south direction. Understood? Let us take a clock again and we will see how right angle, straight angle form between needles of clock. Simultaneously learn the angle formation with the help of lines side by side. Is it right, children? Let the minute hand to move. Then you identify the angle formed between them. Now our hand is in 12 o'clock. Minute hand is in 3. What would be the angle formed in between these? Identify. Yes, correct. That is a right angle. Suppose minute hand moves to 6. Then we can say it turned through one right angle. And before it had crossed one right angles. So now it has passed through 2 right angles. Isn't it, children? What do you say for this angle? Yes, you are right. It is called a straight angle. In the next action, minute hand moves back to 12 only. That means it has passed 4 right angles or 2 straight angles. Is it correct? What do you say for this angle? Right, it is a complete angle. Now, Observe the next move of minute hand and note down that what will the angle formed in this case. Now observe the next move of minute hand and note down that what will the angle formed in this case. Yes, this is a straight angle. I am going to give you a problem for confirmation of angles. Example 1. Where will the hand of clock stop if it starts at 12 and makes half of a revolution clockwise? See, it starts at 12 and makes half of a revolution. Then what is the angle formed? Yes, it is straight angle. We'll see the next question. Where will the hand of clock stop if it starts at 5 and makes 1/4 of a revolution clockwise? See, it starts at 5 and makes 1/4 of a revolution clockwise. Now tell me the angle formed between these two. Yes, it is a right angle. I have one more question for you. This is also very easy, but you have to think and do it properly. Here you have to find out how many right angles should you turn in the same direction to reach your original position. Think and find out the answer. Now I will give you the solution. Let me turn this ladybug and bring back to its original position. Meanwhile, you count right angles when it passes a right angle. Understood? You know the directions already. Now tell me in which direction it is facing. Yes, the ladybug is facing towards east. So now we have to bring back to the east position only. Then you count right angles when it passes a right angle. Okay? Let us start now. It's turning through a right angle and reaches south. Then again it's taking turn with a right angle and reaches west. Similarly, it has taken one more right angle and reaches north, and with one more right angle it came back to its original position, that is east. So it has turned through 4 right angles. For your confirmation, I will show you one more live situation. It's so common and very happy moment in your life. Yes, you are watching a birthday cake. Now it's time to share this birthday cake among 4 people. So you have to cut into 4 equal parts, isn't it? Use the same technique just we have learnt before. So draw 2 imaginary lines between this cake from the center and cut along the line. So you will get 4 equal parts, or you can say 4 right angles you got. So each part represents a right angle. So here we have 4 right angles or 2 straight angles. So the whole cake represents a complete angle, isn't it? One more question to you with an interesting visual media. So assume that you are sitting in front of your cycle. Imagine the 4 directions you have learned before and solve this problem. How many right angles do you make if you start facing south and turn clockwise to west? Now we'll see the solution. So the answer is 1 right angle. We'll see the next question. How many right angles do you make if you start facing west and turn to west? Remember the last question? So it's facing towards west and it has to come back to the west only. Then how many right angles it will take? Yes, it will take 1 right angle, 2 right angle, 3 right angles, and then 4 right angles. So the answer is 4 right angles. Here we have some examples for right angles in our daily life. It's a very common in our daily life. See, it's a laptop. Here you observe the screen and the edges of the laptop. Here you can find many right angles. For example, this is also a right angle. This is also a right angle. Here also you can find. Here also you can find. Here also, like this you can find right angles. We'll see the next example. Yes, it is a biscuit. Here also you can find right angles. So where can we find? Yes, in this corner, and this corner and also in this corner. So, in all the 4 corners we can find right angles, isn't it? We will see the next example. Yes, it is a mat or carpet. Here also you can find so many right angles, and the design inside, there also you can find right angles. Yes, it's a window plane. You can find right angles everywhere in this picture, isn't it? You might have seen this in the hands of carpenters or building construction workers. This is used to check the right angles in the corners of the walls. Take down this for right angles. A right angle is an angle with a value equal to 90 degree when 2 rays intersect and form a 90 degree or are perpendicular to each other at the intersection. They are said to form a right angle. Here I have taken 2 line segments PQ and PS. So the angle formed between these two is called a right angle. Take down this for straight angles. So straight angles can be defined like this. A straight angle is an angle with a value equal to 180 degree. When 2 rays intersect and form a 180 degree angle or are straight to each other at the intersection, this is called as a straight angle. Here also I have taken 2 line segments. So the angle formed between these 2 line segments is called a straight angle. Next, take down this for complete angles. Complete angles can be defined like this. A complete angle is an angle with a value equal to 360 degree when 2 rays rotate on a fixed point and overlapped on each other and form a 360 degree angle or complete angle. Here also I have taken 2 line segments. See how these 2 line segments are overlapped on each other and form a complete angle. Till now we have learnt right angle, straight angle and complete angle. Other than these angles, any other angles are there? Yes, certainly there are some other angles. Here you are observing a ladder. See, if you assume these two are as line segments, then here an angle formed. Now observe this picture. Here a ladder is leaned against a wall, and here also you can find some angles. So, are these angles smaller than a right angle? And you can observe one more angle, and here also you can make an angle. Are these angles greater than a right angle? We will see in the next slide. Here are some examples for you. From this also you can find some angles, but you have to compare these with right, straight and complete angles, and how these are different from those type of angles. Think, when you are opening a door, it forms an angle, isn't it? Children, if you open completely, then it is almost equal to right angle. But in the picture you see it is half open and form an angle which is less than a right angle. Is it correct? If you see the book, every sheet forms an angle. And also see the house. The roof of the house, how are they? By seeing that, are you finding any angles in it? Shall we learn about the angles which are more or less than right angle? Yes, take down this for acute angles. So, an angle is smaller than a right angle is called an acute angle. So, here we have one line segment and another line segment in dotted line. This represents right angle. So, the angle less than a right angle is called an acute angle. Understood, children? So, we have 2 line segments PQ and PS. So, the angle formed between these 2 line segments, which is less than a right angle, is called an acute angle. Here we have some examples for acute angles. Just open your hand and see how the angle formed between your fingers. So, you can find angles in between fingers. See how these angles are formed? Yes, these are less than right angle, isn't it? We'll see another example. See, you have played many times, isn't it? So here in this seesaw, when it touches the ground, if you draw an imaginary line, so we get an acute angle here also. And here also you can see acute angle. Is it clear, children? Take down this for obtuse angle. We'll see what is obtuse angle. So obtuse angle can be defined like this. An angle is larger than a right angle is called an obtuse angle. So here we have a line segment and the dotted line represents the right angle. So we have one more line segment. The angle formed between these two line segments QP and PS, which is greater than a right angle, is called obtuse angle. Did you understand, children? So here are some examples for obtuse angle in our daily life. So you observe the book binding. Here we can find obtuse angle, and the angle between these animated pages we can find obtuse angle. And also in this laptop we can find obtuse angle. Did you understand, children? Take down this for reflex angle. Reflex angle can be defined like this. Reflex angle is larger than a straight angle. So here we have two line segments. So the angle greater than a straight angle and less than complete angle is called a reflex angle. So reflex angle is larger than a straight angle and less than a complete angle. Did you understand, children? Here are some examples to show reflex angle. Observe the movement of needles here. So the angle formed here is a reflex angle, isn't it? And this is also a reflex angle. It is less than a complete angle. If you assume a straight line in this tree, so here you can find reflex angle. Here a boy is kicking a football. You observe his hand and knee position. There also you can find reflex angle, isn't it? In this we are going to understand different types of angles in one place. See, it is acute angle, which is less than a right angle, and this is right angle, which is equal to 90 degree, and this is greater than 90 degree and less than a straight angle. This is called obtuse angle. And see the next one. It is straight angle and it is equal to 180 degree or two right angles. See, this is reflex angle. It is greater than a straight angle and less than a complete angle, isn't it? Here I can't show you the complete angle in animation. So you know already what is complete angle. So we have learnt 6 types of angles. Now we will verify what we have learnt till now. So what is this angle? Yes, it is a right angle. And what is this? It is acute angle. And what is this? It is obtuse angle. It is a reflex angle. And this one represents straight angle. And see here, two angles you can find. These two are acute angles only. Here also you can find different angles. Yes, it's a tasty pizza. See, it is divided into 6 equal parts and you can find different angles in this. So, this is acute angle and this one is obtuse angle more than 90 degree, and this one is straight angle which is equal to 180 degree, and this one represents reflex angle which is greater than a straight angle, and the whole pizza represents complete angle, isn't it? So here are some yoga poses are there. Here also you can find many angles. Observe this and find the angles in this picture. In this class you have learnt different types of angles. Now it's time to wind up my class. Before that, I will give you home assignment. Match the following. Here I have given different types of angles in A, and you have to match this with B, which has the characteristics of the different angles. Take down this and do it today itself. Now it's time to say bye to you all. Stay home, be safe and don't stop learning. by P. Sunita, TGT, GMPS Jaraganalli, Bangalore, South 3. Thank you.